Hmm. Good morning. Welcome to VIHASA. Am I audible? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, Kosha, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. So welcome to VIHASA, everyone. Today we're doing Developing Cooperation Part 2. And it's okay if you've missed Part 1 and you couldn't be there for it. It's absolutely fine because all the exercises are mutually exclusive. And even though they are connected in some sense, wherein with every exercise we go deeper into the value, are you still find plenty to take away from and get insights from, even if you missed the previous ones. So don't worry about that. That's completely fine. It's lovely to see you all on a Sunday morning. Before we begin, I'd like to just inform you that this is something we do once a month on Sunday, every month, wherein from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. for 2 hours, we get together, we recharge ourselves, and we pick one value to really explore. So before we begin, I'd like to just give a little bit of an introduction to what VIHASA is, because there are a few newcomers here today. So welcome everyone. VIHASA stands for Values in Healthcare, a spiritual approach. And this entire workshop of VIHASA was created by the Kumaris from the UK, and they created, so there were a group of like 4 team members, about 8 to 10 of them, who got together. Okay, is my voice low? Give me a moment. Is this better? Can you hear me better now?
Yes,
Yes.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
better.
better. It's
Okay,
better.
thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So as I was saying, VIHASA is values in healthcare, a spiritual approach, and it was created by a group of core members, psychologists, counselors, therapists, different kind of professionals for healthcare, who came together and figured out what are the stressors that the healthcare professionals are facing in today's life, and how can we, help them get relieved of it a little bit. Because as some of you might know, Dadi Janki, who was the previous administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris, she this whole thing has started from her inspiration. So she was once in the NHS hospital in London, and she saw that the doctors and nurses were so stressed out, and she thought, if the professionals themselves are so stressed, what kind of care and support can they give the patients? So, to kind of work towards that and help them become less stressed, this entire workshop was created. But just something to keep in mind, that just because it was created for healthcare professionals doesn't mean it has to be limited to healthcare professionals, because it's values, right? Vihasa is values. And since all human beings work with values, we all use values in our everyday life. It's applicable to each one of us, irrespective of what profession we are in, or whether we are homemakers. It doesn't matter. So as you will see from the principles of Vihasa, there are three main principles. The first one is heal thyself. So the whole exercise, the workshop, is designed in such a way where the emphasis is on self-care and personal development. So we try and focus on how we can get stronger and better and more clearer in our head, so that we are in a better position to support those around us, whether professionally or personally. The second principle of Vihasa is learning through experience. So this is not going to be a lecture. This is probably the only lecture part of it, but I'm just giving an introduction to you. But through Vihasa, we always prefer interactions, sharing of experiences, We try to create a safe space wherein we can be open with our ideas and opinions, because the more we share, the more we grow and the more we learn from each other, and we inspire and become inspired. So we are going to learn through experience, our experiences and those of the other people in the group. And the third one is relevance to work. So it's not just about talking about cooperation, because that's today's module, but how do I actually apply this in my everyday life when I go back? How do I apply this in the challenges that I face? So that's something to think about. So these are the principles on which this entire workshop was created. There are 8 modules, and we've been doing them. So actually, these are all full day modules, like 9 to 5, 8 hours, 6 hours. But we can't do that online. And since COVID, we kind of brought VIHASA online for everyone's benefit. So in the online versions, we break up each module into parts of 3 or 4, which is why we've broken down cooperation into 3 parts and today's part 2, because we can only do 2-hour sessions online. So that's where we're at. Now you'll see that there are 7 spiritual tools that are used in different exercises throughout the workshop. There could be some exercises which are meditations, wherein we get the opportunity to sit with ourselves and through the power of peace, just get more insights into the topic. There could be some exercises which require visualization. In fact, we are going to do a visualization activity today, wherein we create the positive images of the way we want things to be. Because visualization is the first step to really achieving it, wherein you see what you want in your mind's eye and then you start working on it. Then the third tool would be reflection, which I believe is very underrated, because we are always running around so busy, but rarely do we have a time to sit with ourselves, take an appointment with ourselves and just be and think and feel. Next is play. So VIHASA is not all serious and boring at all. It's very playful, it's very fun. And so there'll be group activities, there'll be activities where we'll get a chance to interact with each other. Listening is another tool. So in listening, basically, sometimes we think hearing and listening is the same thing, but there is a difference, right? And listening can be very healing, because a lot of times we feel like people just don't listen to us. They're just hearing us, but they don't understand us, and that depth is not there. So we're going to develop our skills of listening, just to kind of learn to connect with people better. Appreciation. I think by now we've all learned the benefit of appreciation, of how we make people feel so much better when we appreciate them. But in the process of trying to make other people feel better, sometimes we become very self-critical and we've forgotten the art of appreciating ourselves. So that's something VIHASA reminds us of, to not just appreciate others, but also ourselves. And last but not least, creativity, which is a really fun way to explore the topic. Creativity uses the right side of our brain versus the logical left side. And so when we try to do something from the right side of our brain, because we're not used to using that side of our brain, we approach the topic in a very different way, in a very creative way. And so the kind of neural network that we're using is different, and we understand the topic in a different way. So we do have a creative activity, in fact, 2 of them today, and I hope you all enjoy it, and it's going to be fun. So why facilitation? Basically, the word to facilitate means to make easy. And over here, we're not here to give you a lecture or tell you this is the way to do things, because all of us come from different conditions, different life experiences, different situations. And we are just going to try and make it easier for us to explore the topic, each of us, explore the topic and try and apply it in a way that makes sense for us. And what makes sense for somebody else doesn't necessarily mean that's the way for me. So our facilitation is to make easy, also because When you just hear something in a lecture, you might forget. When you see how something is done, you might remember. When you do it yourself is when you truly understand how things are supposed to be done. So, just a reminder that this is supposed to be a very safe space where you can be yourself, share your thoughts and your experiences. There's going to be no judgment. We're going to accept each other's viewpoints, even though they might be very different from our own, because that's how we expand our wisdom, our knowledge, and we learn and grow together. Okay, so if anyone has any more questions or further wants to explore VIHASA, we have a website called vihasa.in. So in the future, if you really want to just have a look at VIHASA, different modules, more information, that's where you can go. Now, before we begin, just a quick recap of part one for those who missed it. The exercises that we conducted in part one were cooperation. What does it mean? So we took the word cooperation and we tried to think of times when we used cooperation in our lives and what were the values and qualities that we kind of figured out that we had used, which we weren't aware of. So we kind of became more conscious of the qualities and values that are synonymous with cooperation. The next one was inner values of cooperation, which was a meditation, which allowed us to just sit with ourselves and emerge those qualities that we know are already within us. And the third was cooperative listening, where we partner up with somebody and we really just listen to them in a way to cooperate with them. And so we come to part two today. Before that, let's have a small icebreaker activity wherein I would request for the rest of the session if everyone could, open their videos, audios, just share more with each other and we can have a lovely session together. So we can introduce ourselves with, our names, but also one act of cooperation that we recently performed. Maybe we were cooperative with someone at home, someone at work, someone randomly we ran into on the streets. So whoever's ready to share, you can just unmute yourself. Sanjay bhai, would you like to share something? Sanjay bhai, you've unmuted yourself. Would you like to share? Okay.
Yeah, I would like to share that yesterday, the Toli was being made in the center, and I actually had to go for work also. But then I decided to, do the balance. So I contributed in Toli making till 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I went for work. So that
That's
was
lovely.
an experience.
So you gave that cooperation to the center and to the
Yeah,
people.
I had
Thank
decided. So I had decided that I'll cooperate, and then I could make it happen.
Yeah. Okay, so that's so important. Once you make a decision, you actually find ways to make it happen. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much for sharing that, Sanjay bhai. Yes, Prasanta, would you like to share something?
Yes, madam. I'm Prasant. I'm from
Yes.
Kolkata. I'm from Kolkata.
Oh,
I'm
lovely.
I'm sharing my view. Today morning, I've gone to market. I've
Hmm.
gone to market. In return, I've seen a man whose age is about 57 years old. 57 years old.
Hmm.
So he was walking, and he's having ankle pain and ankle pain in his leg. So
Hmm.
he was getting unhappy to walk on the street. So
Yeah.
I was helping him, and I was telling him, "What's your problem?" Then he's telling, "My age is 57 years old. I sometimes feel pain in my ankle." I said, "What type of help could I do?" He's asked, he's tell me what, how the way you can help me. Uh, I tell him that I have a lot of doctors they are specialists in various health problem,
Yeah.
and so he's telling who is that doctor. I told him doctor's name. So he
Hmm.
tell me, tell the doctor about my problem. then I will visit him, and definitely how much fees is there, all this. I'm saying, okay, let's discuss with my doctor, and I will help you at later on. So this
Oh,
way, I made cooperation with him.
that's really nice. So you helped someone who was in pain and you helped them, find a solution. So that's
Uh,
lovely. Thank you so much,
so
Prasanth
we-
Bhai, for
this,
sharing
uh,
that.
this was he is in my early morning today. Early morning, this was
Oh,
my
today only. Oh,
today.
so lovely. You started with a cooperative activity. So
Yes,
that's
yes,
wonderful.
yes, madam.
Thank you so much for sharing
Okay,
that. That's
madam.
so
Thanks.
inspiring.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to share any act of cooperation that you've recently done? And it could be something very small or simple. So, anyone? Yes, Siddharth.
Yeah, hello, Om Shanti. My name is Siddharth Karya. I am from Bhinder only. Uh, Basically, yesterday one of my friends called me. He met someone on the roadside. That guy was very weak. He was looking for a job.
Hmm.
My friend tried to give him some money to eat or something, but he did not accept it. He said he wants a job. That's all. So we just
Siddharth, we can't hear you anymore. Okay, until Siddharth gets his tech issues fixed, does anyone else want to share? It could be anybody who is ready to, and we would request you to be participative because the more we interact, the more we're going to learn in this activity. So, anyone, maybe we could take one more sharing before we proceed. And if you're comfortable writing down on chat rather than speaking on audio, that's fine too. So you can write your answers or any sharings on chat and we can read them out. So whatever's comfortable. But we would love to see your faces and hear your voice. Okay. So in the meantime, let me introduce myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Kosha. I'm an artist by profession. And I've been facilitating VIHASA since 2017, and it's a pleasure to welcome you here today. So Priyanka and I will be your facilitators for today. I would request Priyanka to introduce herself. Priyanka, over to you.
Hello, everyone.
Priyanka, you're on mute.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Priyanka. It's pleasure to meet all of you once again on Sunday morning. I'm working as a senior infection control officer at Bridge Candy Hospital and associated with VIHASA since last 3 to 4 years. And it's a wonderful learning every time when we facilitate. It's always learning and taking back some values with you, which will help to enhance your life again. So welcome back.
Thank you. So Srinivas has written on chat. He says he's from Pune, and when people see positive results and we give them the credit rather than owning, they feel even more energized. So that's so true. Thank you for sharing that. So with that, we move on to the first activity for today. It's going to be a lot of fun because it's a creative activity. So I request you all to participate. This one is called Cooperation Draw Cartoons. So because this is part two, since you've already had a recap, the first part was more about understanding what is cooperation and some of the qualities and virtues. And now slowly we're going to come into how do I want the ideal cooperative situation to be. So there are always going to be solutions to what may seem very difficult. So sometimes we may feel like I'm stuck. I don't know how to move ahead. I'm not getting that support from people around me. But there's always a solution to that. And in our work settings also, or sometimes in our personal lives, things just seem impossible and they seem very difficult. But we can use our innate creative abilities to bring fresh insights. Maybe we look at things in a way we haven't seen, a different perspective to get a new answer. So if we keep thinking the same way, like there's a saying, right? That if I keep doing the same thing, I will get the same results. But if I try and do something different, then I can get a different result. So similarly, maybe we are not trying different solutions. And this exercise is going to give us an opportunity to really think of situations where that we are facing right now, either in our personal life or in our professional life. And we can just think about a different way to solve that issue. So bringing in positive values and methods can be fun for everyone, and it can help the situation a little bit. So today we're going to use drawing, acting, writing, any creative format that you feel you are comfortable with, and we can figure out solutions to it. Don't worry about the kind of drawing. We are not here to judge each other's art. It can be stick figures, it can be just anything, even just boxes and arrows to really try and understand what you're trying to say. So don't worry about that. Just be free to be yourself, be creative. This is a non-judgmental area, safe space. And I have just put up a worksheet in front of you on screen. Think of a situation in your work or personal life in which there is no cooperation. So a challenge that you're going through right now and which you would like to change for the better. So number one, we will think of the scenario in which there's no cooperation. So draw the before scenario, the current one, where things are difficult, complex, challenging, so that you know exactly what is going on in the current situation. Then in the middle area between the two boxes, write down your thoughts and feelings and words. So write down some words that come to mind that you would want to implement in your current situation. And I'll just give you one or two examples like cooperation, helpful, caring, just stuff like that, something that you want to make the situation better. And then even some steps or methods that you can take to improve the situation. And in the last box, in the third box, we can draw or write anything that you're comfortable with, the new and cooperative scenario. So like that the transformation takes place and things change for the better. So when you're writing about the things that are changing for the better, try to really think, apply the steps, the values, the virtues that you wrote down in the middle box, and try to see what life would be like if you apply those things in the situation. So I hope that the directions were clear. Does anyone have any questions for this activity? Is everyone clear on what is to be done? We are going to...
Yes, madam.
Okay, great. So we can take about 10 minutes. All
Yes.
right. I'll
Yes,
play
madam.
some soft music. If anyone has any questions in between also, please feel free to ask or write it down on chat. Priyanka and I are right here. And let's just start churning. Okay.
Can you just repeat? Can you just repeat the activity?
Sure, I'll repeat that. So if you see there are three boxes. So think of a situation where you're facing a challenge right now in life. Draw that or write down about it so that you can figure out different parts of the situation, which sometimes maybe we don't think of. So take your time to think of different parts of this challenging situation right now. In the middle area between the two boxes, write down things that will help you make the situation better. It could be thoughts, feelings, attitudes, behaviors, or methods and steps to make it better. Like maybe I should be more caring and more cooperative, something like that. So just write down a few steps, methods, or attitudes, behaviors. And then in the third box, draw, write, creatively express how this new cooperative situation would be. How did you overcome the challenge? So think of a current challenging situation and how you can make it better. So that's the activity. Any questions? Any doubts? No? Okay.
Yeah, it's clear now. It's clear.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. So I'll just play some soft music. Let's take about 10 minutes and draw, color, write down poetry, anything that makes you happy. wrap up in the next 2 minutes. So when everyone is done, you will be holding up your cartoons or drawings on the camera to show us the wonderful creation. So is everyone done, or does anyone need more time? Does anyone need more time? Okay, so okay, great. Everyone's done. And some wonderful sharings already pouring in on chat. So whoever would like to go first, Rakesha Ben, would you like to go first? Maybe you can just unmute yourself, hold up your cartoon so all of us can see while you explain it to us.
I have just drawn a simple counter of one of the bank office branch where I have shown one passbook counter, and there are many customers standing here, and but the staff is not available on the counter, and they are busy having their tea, and the customers are really they are losing, and they are literally they are angry, and some of them are saying it's a worst customer service. Some are saying, "Arey, I'm getting late, I have to go out." Somebody saying it's again the same, nobody's cooperating. So it's like this, and the staff is saying, "Let's have a cup of tea," and his friend is saying, "Yeah, yeah, even I want to have a tea. Let's go." So they're not bothered about the customers who are standing in the queue.
Yeah.
So this is a picture of non-cooperation.
Okay.
Then the second, should I complete it?
Yes,
All the
yes,
three
please
parts? Yeah.
complete it.
The second, where you said that the steps and the methods or the values or the thoughts to transform the scenario is the branch manager is absolutely alert, and the staff is also very enthusiastic because the manager is appreciating the each and every staff who is doing the work properly.
Hmm.
So because of that appreciation getting from the manager and the officers, the staff is working very absolutely in a proper way. Absolutely no, with full cooperation with the customers.
That's lovely.
The third part again, I have shown the same counter, and there are three counters, and they are absolutely on their seats, and one of the staff is smiling, giving a smile to the customer. Another staff is saying, "Hello, what can I do for you?" And the third staff is telling the customer and greeting, "Hello, good morning."
That's lovely. I think that's wonderful. And if we were all together, we would really clap for you right now and appreciate it. And I think your drawing is very, very adorable, Rakesh Aben. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's lovely to see that perspective. Thank you so much. So anyone else wants to share what they've created?
Yes, I'm just trying to figure out how I can show the
Sure.
drawing.
Yeah, so so that you can just start your video as well, and then you can just hold it up like Rakesha when they just a second of spotlight you. Okay, wow, wonderful. We've got a big drawing. That's great.
Okay. Okay. pretty big actually, but I can start from here. I
Yes.
don't know if it is clear or not.
Can you bring it a little closer? I think, yeah, now we can.
Okay. So here what's happening is basically there are two people in the office. There is some work that has been given by the boss to both of them, both of these employees, and they have to work as a team instead of working all alone. And this guy is a new guy. He has just come in and he thinks, he has been started thinking that it is so difficult. I am very new and I do not know systems and all. And he has been given work. But because he had a little conflict with the other employee who has been in the office for some time, so they are not talking with each other and both are struggling to get the work done. So that, I mean, the upper part is the computer with keyboard and all. Okay. But just thinking about doing a teamwork, or asking for help, or having a good rapport and having good communication within the team is so important. So the moment he realizes that he needs to drop the ego, start talking and communicating, they both start talking with each other and complete the work which is supposed to be done in a timely manner. So then, instead of working on two different computers, probably this project was requiring to work only on one computer but with two different brains. So that's what this another picture shows over here,
That's
and
lovely.
that's cooperation.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that perspective. It's so true. Something that a lot of us do experience at work, wherein there are conflicts, there are things, but if we just get together and work together, things can be so much more simplified. And wonderful cartoons, Siddharth brother. It was really lovely. So thank you so much for sharing that with us and making the whole concept so much clearer. So anyone else wants to share what they've created? It doesn't have to necessarily be a drawing. It could be some other form of creativity as well. So we've got a few sharings on chat. I'll just read those out. Brijpal Bhai is saying, understand, forgive, give whatever you can. Giving is receiving. I'm a soul, so I will cooperate with myself. So sometimes we don't cooperate with ourselves, right? We have two different contradictions within ourselves. So to understand and cooperate with ourselves is a different way to look at it. And so Prasant's brother says that we have been sent by God to help others. So if we have this quality to help and cooperate with others, then our inner development also happens. So we grow. When we help others, we grow. Our Prasant brother also says we will feel happy when our inner energy is more to help other people's problems, and our inner positive strength will get energized in a synergistic way where we cooperate with each other. Prasant brother, correct,
Yes,
right?
madam.
Do you have
Yes,
anything
madam.
to show us?
Yes, madam.
Oh, lovely.
Actually, madam, I had gone one office. He's my friend's office. There
Okay.
is a diagnostic lab. This is medical lab. Medical lab.
Okay. Wow.
So there is a three rooms. One room is pathological lab.
Yeah.
One room is this receptions, this support office,
Yeah.
and big boss is sitting fourth floor. So when when patients coming into the supportive, this means receptionist, they are telling their charges, all this, and that is not in usual manner. Charge is more or something unusual.
Yeah.
From diagnostic lab to supportive team, there is a lot of or a huge indiscrepancy, madam.
Yeah.
Because for cheating actually, patients is cheating, or to boss, to what can I tell you, madam? That outlook, that means वो नहीं देखना है, जो उसको नहीं देखना है, बॉस को नहीं देखना है, पैसा हम लोग को यूज करने के लिए पर्सनल कस्टमर से पैसा ज्यादा ले रहा है. मैडम, आई एम टॉकिंग विथ यू इन हिंदी टू.
Yes,
So,
I know, and that's a good. I mean, it's a great thing coming from
so madam,
Kolkata, right? So we totally appreciate that.
I've seen there some unusual happening is there.
Yes.
So, and their motive also, I told to my friend that this is going on here. Well, this is 12 years old diagnostic lab, and you are telling people are very, what can I tell you, one type of cheating, actually, cheating activities.
So how do
So,
we improve that, brother?
yes, madam, that I'm telling, sharing with. Then I asked to my friend that there is a lot of changes to be made.
Hmm.
So, their diagnostic lab people should be avoided,
Yeah.
and new guys should be set up there. New team will be there. So
Hmm.
all these things coming together, now the relation is coming, madam. It is in usual manner. So I have
Oh,
done
nice.
that. I made a cooperation with him. He is my close friend. So this has
Yeah.
happened last 12 years, madam.
Oh,
And he doesn't know what is
yeah.
happening outside, behind the bar. Behind the bar,
Yeah.
what is going on? My friend didn't know about.
That's
So one day actually I am giving you the supportive. So one day my friends send me somewhere else to collect the amount. Then I have seen that they have given me in a packet, in an envelope. So that lab cost suppose 15,000, and they are giving, that patient is giving more, 20,000, 5,000 more. Why it is? Because madam, this 5,000 they will take out, they will not show to boss, they will take
yeah.
themselves. So this was going on last 12 years, madam. They
So
have
that's really good that you found a solution, brother, because
yes,
right now we're just
yes,
going to focus on solutions.
yes,
But
yes,
thank you
yes,
for sharing that. Thank you. That's so these things do happen, right? So it's a very practical example of
yes,
what
yes,
goes
yes,
on in the world. And
yes.
so the
Gives
solution
me
that we
pleasure.
found,
It gives me pleasure, madam. It gives me
yes,
lot of pleasure, lot of
yeah.
enthuse. Lot
So
of what can I tell you? If I give him the right coach, right solution, so somebody will get effect, and he will not forgive me. He will help me more. God will help me more. So these attitudes should be, this cooperative manner should be made in all guys, madam. So
yeah.
to improve ourselves, to improve this universe totally.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So now we'll give someone else a chance who hasn't shared yet. Maybe anyone else wants to share their drawings, the transformation from one situation to a solution. So we have Jalpa, we have Nishigand, brother, we've got Sunita Ben. Anyone who would want to share? Srinivas, Parul, Saurabh. Anyone who wants to share their drawings and show us what you all have come up with? Okay, so Priyanka, maybe you could just share your screen and show us some of the values that have come up from this activity, if that's okay. So while everyone was sharing, Priyanka Ben was noting down some of the qualities, values, and methods that emerged from this discussion. And so we see some of the wonderful values on screen, which are, oh, Priyanka, can you share again? I think something went wrong and the screen went off.
Can you see now?
It's loading. Maybe you can read them out, Priyanka.
Yeah, so like the brother shared about, we have to be alert that in the office scenario, Rakesha Ben shared that the environment was like everybody's alert, enthusiastic, they were appreciating, the managers and officers were appreciating the staff. So there was a cooperation to customers. So they in turn then they helped the customers. They were giving smile, greeting the customers, asking them do they require anything. So that kind of method kind of may be used to bring in cooperation in the office environment. And there was another example wherein we saw the teamwork was there, asking for help. You have to drop your ego and start talking and communicating. When two people are there, So one person takes the initiation, and then the other person immediately feels the vibes. So again, that is where two people working together on one computer, and that brings about a more productivity than people working differently in different environment on different devices. So there, one person comes, takes the initiation, and then we can see the cooperation helping in teams, building the team spirit. And of course, there was another value which was understand, forgive, giving, cooperate with self first, like brother shared, to cooperate the others. And we are being sent by God to help with others. So we grow when we help others. So um, the thinking itself is so high that it will really, help us in building this value of cooperation. So such thoughts also sometimes helps us to understand the real value of ours and how we can build in cooperation again. And we should feel like the brother Basanta shared, feel happy when our inner energy is used to help others' problems and improve ourselves to improve others. So our right thinking sometimes is what is required, to come up with the sharing with others and build a good team spirit and building this value of cooperation. So these were the really good insights which came up from this activity.
So do you all think that these are some of the qualities we can use more often to create a more cooperating environment in our lives? Do you think that maybe we could? So what we're going to do is, for those of you who are still not part of the WhatsApp group, we've put up a link. If you just click on that link, you can join the WhatsApp group where only admins post, so you will not get spammed. Every time after a VIHASA workshop, all these sharings that come up from the group, we share those along with a group photo and everything on WhatsApp after the session is over. Also a YouTube recording of today's session. So if anyone is interested in getting all those things, and if you haven't already joined the WhatsApp group, please do join it so that you can access all the wisdom that comes out from these workshops. Anyone else wants to share anything before we move on to the next exercise about this exercise? Okay, so the next step of today's activities is a meditation, a visualization rather. So like we discussed, visualization is a great way to bring the kind of atmosphere we want to life. And step one is visualizing it. So I would request Priyanka Ben to take us through a lovely visualization activity where we try and visualize what a cooperative workplace should be like. So over to you, Priyanka.
Yes.
I'll
So
play some soft music.
okay. So now we are going to visualize what is a cooperative workplace is, and when we think of these positive thoughts, it really helps us to it is the first step in building this reality. So you can just keep everything aside. If you want, you can keep pen and paper by side when you think of writing something, or maybe you can just reflect first and then write down later. So let's just sit comfortably on a chair and relax. Place your feet on floor and rest your hands on your lap. Feel the tension release from your muscles, and your breathing become even and regular. Allow your thoughts to slow down and become calm. You're going to think about work, Create a picture in your mind. Think of your workplace and how you would like it to be truly cooperative. How would it be if everyone was working well together? What comes up in your ideal workplace? What is it like? What is the atmosphere? How are people behaving with each other? What are they saying? What feelings are they sharing in your interaction? What are they showing? Think of this workplace, how cooperative it is. Everyone working well together. You may get pictures, feelings, or words coming to you. Maybe colors, sounds, or a texture. Let your mind wander freely. Is there a symbol or a particular image resembling a cooperative workplace? What would it be like at your workplace if everyone were cooperating? Observe what emerges for you. It can be a thought, feeling, sound, an image, different color. What is it? Where I can see everyone is cooperating. What emerges in your mind? When you are ready, become aware of your body sitting on chair. Feel your feet on the ground and begin to deepen your breathing. And in your own time, open your eyes. So I'm sure everyone must have visualized what is it like an ideal workplace where we can see everybody working together, working cooperatively with each other. And this is a workplace where everyone wants to go every day, even if it is Monday, right? So this was the first step in building this value of cooperation, where visualizing what is right, what is ideal, and how the environment going to be, how cooperative environment is going to be. So this was the first step. So if anyone wants to share what came in your mind, any idea, any thoughts, any picture which resembles a cooperative environment, cooperative workplace, if anyone wants to share.
You can unmute yourself and share your experience of it. Yes, Rakesh, would you like to share?
Yeah, commentary which Priyanka gave was very, very nice, and I could visualize a few things which I have just noted, few points which I would like to share with the group. One was like I saw a workplace where the workload was too much for the staff, for the employees, but still I saw on everybody's face they were like ready to serve for the customers. So one thing that I visualized was they were ready to serve the customers, and though the workload was too high, but the atmosphere in in that workplace was very light. I mean, their faces didn't appear like they are working with under tension. So they were quite light, and the atmosphere was quite light. And people, each and every employee was working with full energy, and everybody was enjoying the work which they were.
Wonderful. So everybody, despite having workload, there was calmness, composed, and willing to work and give up 100%. So that kind of if commitment is there from the employees, definitely even the customers, clients would feel want to be connected. So and that brings in a good energy. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to share something that they felt, they visualized, or were you able to visualize it? Just one or two lines if anyone also wants to share. Okay. So with that, we move on to our final exercise for today. So Parul says that it's also time saving and we don't get bored while doing the work. So
Yes.
that's lovely. Thank you for sharing that. And I think it's so true. I mean, a lot of us, we can just apply it, right, in our daily lives where we visualize it and we create that energy around us. So I request Priyanka Ben to take us through the next exercise. It's going to be a group activity. So I hope you're ready for some more creative group activities. So over to you, Priyanka Ben.
Yeah, can you share the slide? So
Okay,
basically,
sure.
this exercise was to build in the foundation for this exercise. So now we have visualized what is ideal workplace where everybody is cooperating. Now we will take one step ahead. So all of you must have thought something creative, you must have got some feelings or anything which wherein where you could connect to a cooperative environment. Now next we will do is create a team vision wherein team is cooperative. So what is meant by team vision? So basically, when we work in cooperation, the energy is something very different compared to when we work individually. So team cooperation is basically where we are not competing with each other. We are working on a common goal and trying to get the outcome with shared benefit to everyone. So that's the advantage of team spirit. So building a team spirit is something where uh, you know we are getting the highest outcome. So in part A, we will reflect again and visualize about what a cooperative team might look like in terms of qualities, attitudes, and behavior. Uh, think of during visualization whatever came in your mind, and we will reflect together in groups, in small groups. Like Kosha will subsequently share. She will divide us in groups. So think of what cooperative team means to you. What qualities do they reflect? How do they behave with each other? What feelings do they have for each other? Uh, building and how, what kind of team we would like to have? What is the vision for that common team where the environment would be more cooperative? So you have to build a team's vision. When we have a vision for the company, and if it is not shared with everyone, everyone may not be giving their 100%. But when it is a common vision, you will see that everybody is equally involved and equally feel responsible, accountable, and enjoys the process. So that is the advantage of building a team vision. So first part is to build a team vision wherein you will discuss the ideas which came up in this visualization activity. And in part B, you will work together on creating a poster which conveys your group's vision of a cooperative team. So you can share the ideas in the form. You can, after you have built the team's vision, you can share these ideas and share this through creativity into the poster. So you can use any images. Can you share the next slide now? You can share the in the poster. You can use you can draw. You can use images, cuttings, papers, or you can use colors, sketch pens, and draw teams. What is a cooperative team means, and what is the vision of a cooperative team of your group?
And also, please feel free to do any kind of creativity. You want to write a poem, you can do that. If because there'll be 4 or 5 people in each group. So if different people want to make different parts of the vision and bring it together and show it together, at the sharing stage, that's also okay. So don't worry, you'll have enough time. We're going to give you 15 minutes in the groups to number one, like Priyanka said, first step is to create a vision. Okay, so think of the behaviors, attitudes, qualities, and step two, part B, is to create a poster out of it. So here you use designs, colors, whatever, to figure out how are you going to create, like what is the vision of a cooperative team using those attitudes, behaviors, qualities. Okay, any questions at all before we break out into rooms? So just to tell you how breakout rooms works, in case this is the first time you're using breakout rooms, you will automatically go into your rooms where there will be 4 or 5 people in each room. If you get stuck anywhere, there's a ask for help button on the left hand side. You can click on that and Priyanka or I will come to your room and help you out. You can see the breakout room name on top. So it'll be room number 1, 2, 3. And at the end, you will automatically, after 15 minutes, come back to the main session. So that time also will be given on top of your breakout room, how much time is left. Okay, so you don't need to leave the breakout room early to come back. You'll come back automatically. Any questions? Everyone's clear? It's clear? Yes, Sanjay.
Clear. It's clear.
No? Okay, great. So I'm opening all the rooms. All the best. You have 15 minutes. Think of a vision and create a poster together and have fun. Okay.
And everyone,
Beautifully made. Beautifully made.
Yeah. So, who from your team is going to be explaining this? Can you explain it to us, please? Like, what were the values of cooperation, you know, in your vision? So what was the vision first? And secondly, the picture that we can see, it's a lovely poster. So Ashwini, Parul, Nishikant, Prasanta, Sneha, anyone would like to explain what your vision was?
The vision of our team was very understanding.
Okay. So understanding. And what were some of the behaviors, attitudes, qualities that you all discussed?
Behavior is we should respect each other opinion, their feelings, and everyone should understand their own responsibility also. There should not be a one person is responsible and other one is careless.
Yeah.
So that
So
is very
everyone,
important.
yeah, so everyone takes accountability.
Yeah, accountability.
Anything else you want to share? How was the group activity? Did you all enjoy talking about it? One person was responsible for drawing. Do you want to share how it was like in the group?
Yeah, we enjoyed.
You enjoyed.
I personally enjoyed. I don't know the group members.
ভাই আসছি হ্যাঁ
Great. So thank you so much for the lovely drawing. Ashwini brother, lovely drawing. It's wonderful. And the qualities that emerged were really good too. So we'll have a look at those at the end. Thank you so much, Team 1. So everyone appreciate Team 1 for lovely contribution. Okay, so shall we move on to Group 2? Room 2 was BK Rakesha, Sanjay, Brijpal Malhotra, and Vijay Pal Bhai. So,
actually, written in the chat box also, if you can.
okay, I'll just check 1 second. Okay, Ashwini brother has written, जिस प्रकार एक पौधे को जल को आवश्यकता है, उसी तरह हम सब के बीच में सहानुभूति, आपसी समझ और दिव्य गुणों की आवश्यकता है. That's lovely, Ashwini brother. Thank you for sharing that. Sanjay brother, are you going to be displaying something?
No, Rakesha Ben will display.
Okay, Rakesha Ben.
I'll just talk about the qualities and attitude and behavior that we discussed amongst ourselves.
Yes, please.
So we all
So
focused
let's
on
start with part A.
being humble, be a good listener, as far as the qualities are concerned, and respecting each other's view.
So just a second, I just want to tell everyone who's not talking to please mute yourself so that we don't have background disturbance. Thank you so much. Yes,
So we
sorry.
also dwelled upon having trust on each other and being truthful for the purpose of cooperation. For attitude, we spoke about being positive, having a learning attitude even if you have made a mistake, and be a firm believer of success is a birthright. This was reaffirmed in the group. And in behavior, we discussed about being honest, being egoless, and have firm faith in God that He's our companion, we are in his canopy,
Hmm.
and not to be impatient, and just have a fair competition, not to be jealous of anybody's success, so that we can be cooperative on this. So this was the discussion in our group.
Lovely. Imagine in 15 minutes such depth of discussion. That's
Right,
one.
right. We had good inputs from all the members, so we
Yeah.
could do a good discussion. Rakesh Amin will speak about the drawing she's done.
Sure.
Yeah, based on the discussion what we did among the group, we tried to put it in a picture form. We have made a one drawing and have written here working in office in teamwork, right? And then we four of us are sitting together, and at the center is Supreme Soul Shiv Baba, and four of us sitting, and this person says that we are all a point of light. This person is saying we are all in remembrance of God. This person is saying let us use the God's qualities in our work. And this person is saying, yeah, we are receiving God's powers and blessings.
That's lovely. Rakesh, can you hold it thoda upar? We cannot see the bottom part of it. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
that is good.
and I have put the emojis of all the four, the smiling face, and here I've written everybody is working with smile, and success is our birthright.
Oh, that's lovely. It's a beautiful drawing. Thank you so much. And I think the discussion was lovely. So, how did you all feel? How did all four of you all feel discussing, having this time to think about this topic?
It was nice, lovely to speak to all four of us, and I think so. Everybody contributed their own views.
That's good. That's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing, Group 2. Thank you for your inputs and the wisdom that came out from that churning. Room 3 was um, iPhone, Saurabh, Srinivas, and Sunita. So whoever's ready can share a little bit about the vision and share your poster. So anyone from Saurabh, Srinivas, Sunita, and I don't know who iPhone is.
Kushaben, am I audible?
Yes, Jalpaben.
Yes, so I am a part of group 3.
Okay, great. I'm sorry, I
so
don't know
we
why I
have
couldn't see your name.
no issues, it's completely fine. The vision or the picture that we created was in a particular work culture, wherein in a particular department there's a person who is not feeling well since 2 days and has to submit a crucial report to the boss. And so the person is feeling low and crying, and because the person is not well is all the more stressed.
Yeah.
And so the person sitting next to her colleague, they both the other person asked that can we go out and speak, I want to talk to you, why are you feeling so low? And there comes a value of listening with patience and trying to understand. And in this, the other person shares that okay, I'm not feeling well due to these reasons, and I have to submit it, and I'm not even able to sit. How can I do? So the other person says, the colleague says that I am not much loaded today, so I can take up something and assist you in submitting the report. And they both go in the boss cabin, and they share that this is what they are trying to do, so that there is transparency with boss also. And then everything goes well and all of them are smiling. So this was a specific situation wherein cooperation was involved.
Yeah.
So can I ask Saurav brother to share the drawing from our group?
Yeah, he has done a beautiful drawing.
Oh, lovely. We would love to see it. So, brother, just a second. I'll just spotlight you for everybody. Yeah. Oh, wow. You've done a digital drawing for us. Wonderful. So can you explain the drawing?
Boss has some boss and employees has some discussion with employers asking for leave and creating low productivity for that day for that
Yeah.
living issues unfilled that was the issue.
Yeah.
Boss has set up some understanding and enhance their productivity for a better productivity.
That's lovely. I think it's really nice. And I'm so happy you use the digital format as well to just share with us. We could get some color into it. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Sunita, when would you like to tell us the experience of sharing in the group? Because I haven't heard you today, so it would be
Yeah.
nice to hear you.
Yeah, it was good. Miss Jalpa, she took an initiative. You can hear me? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes. And initially, it took some time for us to, bring the discussion on, but later it was good. Mr. Saurabh did a wonderful job. Jalpa also. So good experience.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, just a overall question for everybody. How did you find today's activity? How was everything? Because, okay, yeah. So before we get into overall feedback, Priyanka can take us through again some of the notes that have come out from this activity. So Priyanka, could you share that screen again, please?
Okay. So the team one, they shared the value of understanding, respect each other's opinions, the feelings, understanding responsibilities of each other. Everyone is important. Everyone is accountable. This thought was important. And also the brother said, shared in Hindi, Sahanubhuti and Divya Gun. So compassion and divine qualities are also very important to build a good team vision for as a cooperative team. And group also shared same qualities more or less: being humble, good listener, respecting each other's views, being truthful, being positive. There has to be learning attitude from everyone, being honest, egoless, and we are not supposed to be impatient, but there is a fair competition, like Sanjay Bhai shared, and we are not being jealous of each other. But it's a good team environment where everyone is a teamwork, and all are there is a point of light, like Sister Rakesha had shared, and everybody remembering God and using God's qualities. So these are some of the areas wherein we can build in cooperation again, and we are taking God's qualities, powers in our work, and all are working with smile, and success is our birthright. So such slogans also builds and lifts us, our spirit. Group 3 also shared listening with patience, trying to understand. And when you try to understand, the other person is able to share with ease and without any inhibition. So again, you try to assist in work. So this behavior further brings in bringing transparency with seniors. You are able to bring share with openness, and there is no inhibitions again over there. And with this environment, everybody is smiling while working together, and there is understanding which further enhances the productivity. And one brother also has shared in the chat box, cooperation should be similar to that of ecological balance. If you can read that thoughts, Koshabin. It's wonderful.
Sure. So cooperation, Srinivas Bhai says, cooperation should be similar to that of ecological balance, as the trees take CO2, carbon dioxide, and release oxygen, leaving all the ego aside, and stop evaluating each other. All the animals live in a forest, take food, provide manure to the trees. So just concentrate on our duties to society and deliver. So that's just very beautiful. And I mean, that's a wonderful way of looking at cooperation, right? How environment and animals and nature cooperate with each other. So nothing stops us from doing that as well. So some lovely sharings have come from that. I see a few more people have joined us right now. So just again, I'm sharing the WhatsApp group link because we are going to put all these sharings. So the slide that Priyanka Ben just showed us, we will also be sharing that on the WhatsApp group. So just a summary of today's session. Before we end today's session, just a second, I would like to, why can't I see the presentation? Just give me a minute, okay? I'll just open this again. I would like to just share, Priyanka, can you share your screen and take us through the rest of the 1 or 2 slides?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, because for some reason it's not opening. So, before we end today's session, just 1 or 2 reminders. Session review. Just let's take a look at what we've done since morning today. So after the brief introduction about VIHASA, we had an icebreaker session. And then for the first activity, today there was a lot of creativity. So the first activity was also a creative activity, wherein in cooperation cartoons, we thought of a challenging situation that we're facing in our lives currently. We listed down some values, attitudes, behaviors that could help us change that challenging situation into a more cooperative one. Next, we had a visualization activity where we visualized a cooperative workplace, because that's the first step into bringing it into action. And the last activity for today was creating a team vision, where we got into smaller groups and we interacted with each other and we came up with a vision for a cooperative team workplace, and we also created posters for the same. So thank you so much. Our next session will be part 3, which is going to be Sunday, 21st August, same time, 10 to 12. If you feel like, you think other people can also benefit from this session, please do share the registration link with them. It's free for everybody to attend, and we would love to have you back.
Sure, madam. Sure. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. If you have any queries, any questions, you can write to this email ID and we will reply back to you.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Om Shanti, Kosha Didi ji, take a group photograph.
Yes, I was just coming to that. Thank you for reminding me. So now I would request all of you all to open your videos, because we're going to take a group photo and we will be sharing that along with today's recording of today's session on the WhatsApp group as well. So I request all of you to start your videos for just a minute, and I'll take a screenshot. So Srinivas, Neha, Parul, Pinky, Jalpa, Shrini, everyone, I would request you all to just start your videos for a moment.
Is there any separate WhatsApp group, or you have made a broadcast group in which you send messages?
No, so this is the Self-Care Sunday WhatsApp group. So if you just click the link I put on chat right now, you can join the group.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right, so ready, everybody? I'm gonna take a screenshot now. 1, 2, 3, smile.
Yes, madam.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So I got the picture, and I will be sharing all of this review on the WhatsApp group. I would like to hear your feedback, though, especially for people joining us for the first time. What did you think of today's session? Do you have any feedback, suggestions for us? Anything you would like to share about today's session?
It was wonderful, madam.
No,
it is wonderful.
It was a good learning exercise and thought-provoking. Giving us a chance to go within
Improve ourselves more.
that we have in our life, and the weaknesses that we need to erase and get back into the cooperative mode. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sanjay.
This
Anyone else?
will influence us to dream big, madam. Because energy in our energy in our soul, it will develop naturally, madam. That I feel.
Thank you so much, Prasanth.
Okay, madam. Okay,
Anyone else wants to share something?
I didn't feel that we are doing this session on the Zoom. I felt that okay, we are doing
exactly right.
Really?
Exactly.
That's wonderful to hear. That's lovely.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you so
Om
much,
Om
everyone,
Shanti
for
Didi ji.
attending. Om Shanti Vijay
Om
Bhai.
Shanti. Om Shanti, madam. Om
Good
Shanti.
to have you back.
Okay.
All my good wishes
Yes.
and
Thank
greetings to all
Mine
my
too.
brothers and sisters with love, peace, and happiness.
Yes.
And Didi,
Madhu,
this group, you are doing a wonderful job, and Baba bless you all.
yes, yes.
thank you, Koshaben. Thank you, Priyankaben, for such a
Thank you
wonderful
so
effort.
much. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
My good
everyone, for
wishes to all of
joining.
you. My good wishes to all of you, madam. Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you. And so our next session is going to be 21st August, which is
It's too
also a
late, madam.
Sunday.
It's too late. It's too
We do it
long
only
time.
once a month, brother, because not everyone has so much time. But 21st August, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., same way. If you feel like you know someone who can benefit from these sessions, please, we would love to have more people join us. So thank you so much. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Om Shanti.